Hello, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you what my 9-month-old eats in a day, although she's actually turning 10 months old in 5 days. So it's more like what my 10-month-old eats in a day. I didn't film her having her bottle as soon as she woke up this morning because it was first thing in the morning and I looked horrendous. So I'll just tell you what she had. I gave her a 5-ounce bottle of formula and she drank the whole 5 ounces. That was at 7 o'clock this morning. It is now 1 hour later. It is 8 o'clock in the morning, which means it's time for her breakfast. Today she's going to have Weetabix with cow's milk. I'm going to get that set up and then I'll get back to you when she's eating her breakfast.
Hiya. Freya is sat in her high chair. She's got her bib on. She's got her water in the pink doily cup. And she's got her bowl of Weetabix with cow's milk, which I chop up and I leave it for a little bit to get soft. Otherwise she struggles. I've got an extra spoon with me because sometimes she'll just keep hold of the spoon and then cry when I take it away. She's in that independent, like, I want to do it myself, but I can't actually scoop, so I'm just going to chew the spoon. Weetabix. It is 8:10, so it's been 10 minutes and Freya has finished her breakfast. She's had all of her Weetabix. She's just left the tiniest amount of milk still in the bowl, and she's had a couple sips of water. She doesn't actually drink that much water in the morning, but I'm not bothered about that because I know she had her bottle of formula an hour before.
Breakfast is done. I just want to recap. So she had a 5-ounce bottle of formula at 7 o'clock this morning, and then an hour later at 8 o'clock this morning she had her breakfast, which was Weetabix with cow's milk, and she has water in an open cup. I rotate her breakfast, so tomorrow she will have the Kinder Meal apple and blackcurrant porridge. The next day she'll have Kinder Meal banana porridge, and then the day after that goes back to Weetabix again. So there's like three breakfasts on rotation. What we normally do, if it's just a day at home, is she will have lunch at 11 o'clock, which seems early, but at that point she wouldn't have eaten for a few hours. And it's also the time that she will be having lunch at nursery. And I want her routine at home to be as close to being the same as her routine at nursery as possible. The latest I'll give her lunch is 12 o'clock, but that's usually if we are out and about somewhere. Now today I booked a stay and play session which opened up a couple weeks ago near us, 10 till 11:30. Freya goes down for a sleep at 9 and I have to leave at 9:40 to get there for 10 o'clock. Which means if she did fall asleep straight away at 9 o'clock, she'd only have a half-hour nap because I would have to wake her up 10 minutes before we leave to give her a clean nappy, get her dressed, and out the door, into the car, off we go. She never falls asleep straight away though, so she would end up having like a 20-minute nap, which is absolutely pointless. What I have done the last couple times that I've gone is I've put her down for a nap at 8:45. So even if it takes her 15 minutes to fall asleep, she would still get half an hour, which again, she normally has an hour, but half an hour is good enough for me. It's better than nothing. And I only stay at the session for an hour. So I'll do 10 till 11 and then we will leave and come home so that she can have lunch and then have a nap after. So when it's a stay and play session day, the routine is kind of out of the window. Her nap times are different. The only thing is, today has been a bit of a fuck up because I booked the stay and play session like a week ago, ready for today. But then I got an email this morning from DPD saying they were delivering Freya's new pram from Mamas and Papas this morning between 9:30 and 10:30. Well, I need to leave at 9:40 to get there for 10. And it also said in the email that somebody needed to be here to accept the delivery. I don't even know what I'm going to do. That is such perfect timing because it is nearly 9:40, which is the time that I was going to need to leave to go to the stay and play session with Freya, and the pushchair has arrived. So that was literally perfect timing. I was not expecting that at all. I did put Freya down at 8:45 like I said I would, but it took her half an hour to go to sleep. I had to keep going in and out. So she didn't fall asleep until 9:15. She's literally had 20 minutes, but I need to wake her up because I need to get a clean nappy on her, get her dressed, and we need to be out of the door. I also need to pop my own shoes on. So I need to be out of the door by 9:45 latest. So I've basically got like 5-6 minutes. I'm just going to quickly show you what pushchair I got. Obviously it's in a box so you can't see it all put together, but you'll know what it is because it says on the box what it is.
This is the pushchair that we have gone for. It's the Mamas and Papas Flip. Excuse me. Thank you very much. Let's try again. This is the pushchair we've gone for. It's the Mamas and Papas Flip XT3 pushchair / stroller. Now you can see it at the top. Flip XT3 pushchair / stroller. This was only £299, but that was on sale. I think it was meant to be like 400 and something pounds. So I'm glad that I got it whilst it was on sale.
The pushchair that Freya has got now was actually secondhand. It was being thrown away and it was literally in like immaculate condition. But it's in 2 pieces, so you have to take the seat off first and then collapse the base down. So it's in 2 parts. James's sister, when she has Freya for the day, both parts won't fit into the boot of her car. So you have to put the base into the boot and then you have to put the actual seat onto her back seat. And the last time she had Freya for the day, she was like, you really need a new pushchair. And that's what I like about this one, because I feel like the price was like so good. And also it just collapses in one go, like all in one, and you can do it with one hand and everything. So I'm really looking forward to actually getting this up. Let's go wake Freya up because I've now only got 2 minutes to get out the door.
Your eyes are so blue. Hiya, beautiful girl. The play session is over, so I've popped Freya into the car, and as you would have just seen, I gave her some water in her Tommy Tippy straw cup, and I also gave her 2 of the Ella's Kitchen strawberry and banana melty puffs. They're the same size as like Whatsits, but a little bit fatter, and I've only given her 2 because when we get home I'll be doing her lunch. But because her lunch is a little bit later today, probably at like 12 o'clock, which she'd normally have it at 11, it's not massively later, but I just wanted to give her something to kind of tide her over for the next half hour. I'm going to drive home, which is like 15 minutes away, and then I'm going to get her lunch sorted, and I will be back with you when she's eaten her lunch. Hello, beautiful girl. She is very tired, so lunch and then nap. She's got peanut butter on toast, half a packet of Skips. I do not give her a full packet. And then she's having half of the Ella's Kitchen strawberries and apples fruit puree. I normally get the smaller pouches, so I've only given her half of this, and the other half will go in the fridge and she'll finish it off tomorrow. And then she's got water in her Tommy Tippy straw bottle. Good girl. While she is eating that piece of toast, I just want to talk about what she would normally have for lunch. So I usually give her a sandwich with either Philadelphia or jam in it, and I do cut the crusts off because I know she wouldn't be able to chew the crusts. She'd probably struggle to swallow them as well. She has half a packet of Skips and then a Ella's Kitchen fruit puree. She does normally have a smaller pouch, so she would have the whole one, but the one I gave her today was a big one. So as I said, she's only having half, and the other half will go in the fridge for tomorrow. If I don't give her a sandwich, then it'll be a bowl of spaghetti hoops or a bowl of tomato soup with bread in. I actually break the bread up into small chunks and then put it in the soup and mix it together. I find that the bread absorbs the soup and then it just gets eaten faster. I hope that makes sense. I think it does make sense, right?
But if she's having the spaghetti hoops or the soup, then she won't have any skips. She'll still have a fruit puree, but she will not have a half a packet of skips. She always has a yogurt after as well. It's just a plain fruit yogurt, which I will show you today because she'll be having it after she's finished this. She never finishes all of her lunch. She always finishes the skips. She always finishes the puree and also the yogurt. When it's a sandwich, she'll have half. And when it's the spaghetti hoops, sometimes it's either most or all of it. And with the soup, it's half maximum. As you would notice, we're not like massively healthy or nutritional. I do feel bad. I should be more, but I just cannot cook. Skips. Skips. The only reason I'm giving her peanut butter on toast today is just because I need her to finish quicker because she's so tired. And when it's a sandwich or spaghetti hoops or soup, it just takes longer and she is so tired. So I just wanted to give her something a little quicker for her to eat. We're not very strict in the sense of that I'm not going to be like, right, you have to eat all your sandwich before you can have some of your skips. I'll actually give her some sandwich, or today I gave her a bit of toast. When she finished it, I then gave her a bit of skips. Next, I'll probably give her a bit of the puree, then I'll go back to the toast again. I kind of like mix it and make it like a variety. Like I'm not strict on you have to eat all of this first. Growing up, I was actually force fed. So if I didn't eat my food, maybe because I didn't like it, I had it forced into my mouth so I could actually feel the fork or the spoon at the back of my throat. And if I was sick, like sicked it up, it was put back in my mouth. Sometimes I was actually given my dinner for breakfast, like it was heated up in the microwave because I didn't eat it the night before. It then meant that growing up, I always felt like I had to eat all of my food, even if I was full or even if I didn't like something. I would never, ever do that to Freya. And I just think it would end up creating a bad relationship between her and food, and I don't want that. Anyway, enough of my childhood trauma, one of my childhood traumas. Let's go back to Freya eating her lunch, shall we?
Strawberries and apples today. Strawberries and apples. Yum, 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 yum. Water. Good girl. Guzzle, guzzle. Freya has literally finished all of her lunch. Now she's going to have a yogurt. This is what she has. It's a pack of 12 yogurts from Asda, strawberry, apricot and raspberry. And today she's going to have apricot. Freya, do you want a yogurt? Yogurt? Yes. You're funny. As always, she has finished all of her yogurt. So that means she has literally eaten everything for lunch today. Water. Let's get you cleaned up and down for a nap. Yes? Yes.
I did not realise the time. Normally Freya would have lunch at 11 and then she would have her bottle at 2, just before her afternoon nap. So a few hours after lunch. But today, because everything has kind of been pushed later, she had her lunch at 12, 10 past 12. And I was like, okay, well, a few hours from that is 3, 10 past 3. I had to pop out to pick up James's medication and then we swung by his mum's work to say hello. And I talk a lot. So by the time we got back to the car, it was 20 past 3. I am home. It's now 3:45 and Freya is only just having her 7-ounce bottle. That's awkward, especially as we have dinner at 5:30, which is obviously less than 2 hours away. So I don't even know how hungry she will be for dinner. But to be honest, she never even eats half of her dinner. It's normally like 5-6 mouthfuls. I don't actually think it would make that much difference anyway.
Freya has finished her bottle and she's had 3 ounces. That is it. 3 ounces. Is that all you're having? Should we go play with your toys? Where's your toys? Dinner is done, and we usually have it at 5:30, but it's now 5 to 6. So only about 25 minutes late today. When James got back from work, we were putting the new pushchair up, which is out in the hallway. Freya has got the exact same as us, which is spaghetti bolognese. Hers has been blended, just the mince blended, and then the spaghetti was cut up with scissors. And then she's got her water in her Tommy Tippy straw cup. Let's have dinner. This is how much Freya ate of her spaghetti bolognese. James said with how much he gave her, he'd say that's half. Not too bad, considering I didn't think she was actually going to eat that much. So I'm quite happy with that. Another yogurt. Why not? As always, she ate all of her yogurt.
Please ignore that I have no makeup on my face now. Dinner is done. Freya won't have anything to eat until 8 o'clock when she has a 7-ounce bottle before bed. I'm not going to film that though because we kind of all get ready for bed at that point. So I am going to leave the video here. That's the end of the video. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one. Bye.